Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're sorry we were running behind a little bit, but thank you for waiting for us. We appreciate you. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Deann, and this is my channel, Deann Shield Maiden Tarot. And this is my guest and friend, Arthur. Ease your mind. And thank you for coming, Arthur. He is amazing. If you're not subscribed to him, please do. He does meditation type, I want to say video audios.
Okay, I have a series of guided meditations.
Guided meditations. That's what they're called. I always mess up what they're called, but they're wonderful.
Just
they have them for all
different. I don't care what you call me. Just call me.
Well, I have a playlist of them now.
Yeah.
And when I go to bed, if I can't sleep, I listen to him. You have the most soothing voice, and you've got them for, positivity, for confidence, for getting over grief. For what other ones have you made? I'd have to look at my playlist because I have them all.
Deep healing is a good one.
Deep healing, yep.
Confidence.
I use that one.
Success
prosperity.
and abundance while sleeping.
Yes, I use that one too. We all can use that one.
Loving kindness is a good one. They're all specifically. What I tell people is go to my YouTube page. They're there. They're free, and they're about 20 minutes long, or you can loop them and go to bed with them, and it's what it's for. But if there's a title that hits you, it's like when you just see something, you know it.
Yeah, and you do the music for all of them too, don't you?
Yeah.
He does all the music.
Most of them, like I explained, most of them I do like a soundscape, like airy fairy, sounds and stuff. But then I embed a frequency, which is 528, underneath everything, so that it's a good frequency to help you manifest and feel good. It's called actually the miracle frequency.
Okay.
But it sounds horrible just to hear it by itself. So it's like embedded under waves. But the last meditation I did was the grief meditation. And I actually wrote a score for that one. So because I'm also a composer. So that's what that was from.
Yeah, those are nice.
The last show we did was during
look at who's got something to say about it. Little brat Kevin Loving Vibration, my friend.
Hi,
he says, does it look like Deann decided to light any candles today? Well, I got something to show you guys. I was telling Arthur that I love my candles, but since I had the fire here, which many of you probably saw, I was doing a live show and my dresser was on fire and it was just a whole thing. So I almost burnt my hair. I had my head over it, just dumb. Didn't know how to put it out, put water on it. Water
made it worse.
Don't do that. Makes it worse, way worse. So I went out to my porch today and I found this big box and I thought, well, why didn't Dale goes, did you order something? I go, no. And I go, did you? He said, no. And it was like this big. I thought, what is it? So I went and opened it up. It said it was for me. And one of my subscribers, Gwen, sent me 2 of these things I had never heard of before. These are called candle lamps. And you can see they got a little light bulb in there. And what you do is it's got a little thing here where you put your candle and it sits down on there, like this. Only you take the lid off. And it has a timer. See, and it has for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and it has like you can up or down so you don't forget about it. But I can burn my candles and I don't ever have to light them again. And I don't have to worry about it anymore because I have not bought candles since that happened. I look and I'm like, oh, this smells good, but I can't have it because I just don't trust myself. So I thought she gave me 2 of them. I got this one and I got one over there. And I thought,
I got some plastic ones just in case. Battery operated. But I also said
something in case I decide to have another.
In case you have another fire, I said I'd bring a sock puppet, and entertain everybody. Hello.
Yeah, because poor
in
Arthur.
In case there's another fire, here's the little sock puppet, just in case to entertain everybody.
Because poor Arthur, he had to. I'm like, take over. He's on my show, and I'm like, take I have a fire to put out. And then when I came on, my heart was beating so fast and I couldn't get right into it again. So Gwen, thank you for the candle warmers. That was a very thoughtful gift, and she must have really cared about me to do that.
We all do. We all love you. And when
uh,
I first got the sock puppet, do you remember Sherry Lewis with Lamb Chop?
I love that. Yes.
She was a friend of a friend, and he was always laughing about her. And I met her once, and we were at a restaurant, and we're sitting there, and the waiter walks up. How can I help? She oh, how can I help you? She says, I'll have the lamb chops. She has such a wicked sense of humor.
Oh, that was so funny. Let me see. I'm just looking at my things. So everybody here, thank you for coming. What we're going to do today is I was in Tennessee, guys. I just got back not long ago. I came back a day early because I missed my little doggie. And I thought she missed me. She did, but then she was perfectly happy playing with the dog, my friend's dog. But we came back early for her. So I missed everything because my husband wouldn't let me watch politics. So when I came back, I couldn't do a political show because it's like, oh my gosh, we don't have a Speaker of the House. Oh my gosh, 1 week I'm gone and all this stuff happens. So there may be stuff I'm behind on that I have to read blind, but I'm sure Arthur and you guys will fill me in and I can always read blind. But we're going to do political questions and personal questions. So if you just put your questions in capital letters, I'll mark them down and we'll read what we can in the hour. And also, what was I going to ask? Oh, I can't think. I'm having a senior moment. You ever have those? You had something you wanted. Oh, I remember. Go and like and subscribe before you put your questions down. Or if you've already wrote your question down, even if you would do me the kindness of going down there and go back and hit the like and the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything and it really helps my channel. And I have Arthur's channel in the description box and I have it in the chat as well. And
as I tell people when I do my shows, I'm like, have you subscribed yet? I can wait.
Yes, we can wait till you go and hit the little button. And if you want to have it tell you when we do future shows, hit the little bell. And
right.
If you don't want to watch them, you don't have to watch them. But if you want to, you'll know when we have them. So
and right now, when I hit 4,500 subscribers, someone's getting a free reading for an hour. So
well, I said that when I get 4,000, I have, I don't know, 3,400 and something, 44, I forget. 3,444, I think it was last night. So when I get to 4,000, you guys, I'm going to give away 4 free half-hour readings. So if you guys would do that, the sooner I get to 4,000, the sooner I can do that. And next month, by the way, I just found out I just made my year. This is my 2 days ago. This is my year on YouTube. And also November 6th is my 59th birthday. It's my last year of my 50s. So I'm going to think about planning a show to celebrate both. So if I do, and you don't have a show, then hopefully you can come and celebrate my birthday with me.
Ask. When we're done tonight, we'll book it.
Okay, cool.
We'll book it, Dano.
So we're going to celebrate both. I'm looking to see who we got here real quick.
Well, my grandma's birthday, when I did a show, I was talking about all the stuff in Israel and stuff. And I kept on feeling like I kept being in the 7th, 8th, 9th of November, that some type of UN resolution or something would be happening. And my grandmother appeared. Now, I tell everybody I'm medium rare, so if somebody pops up, I'm paying attention.
Yes.
And I'm like, why would my grandmother be here for this? And all she said was, think about it. And she's gone. Her birthday's November 7th.
Oh, so hers is right next to mine. She was a Scorpio too.
Yep. Yeah, and I was telling everybody, I forgot to ask for the recipes for babka and krishchiki. So there you go.
What did Pixie Dust? Oh, Pixie Dust says, I hope everyone is enjoying their evening, and now it's even better. Oh, bless your heart. So great to see you both, Deann. I don't think I watched that show that will ever. Never forget. Yeah, it was memorable. I'll bet I'm the only reader to ever do that on
Well,
YouTube.
actually, then what I did was I took what we did, and it was right in Mercury retrograde. And I said, we had a Mercury retrograde moment, and I edited it down, put music under it. And at the very end, it's like, I put no advisors were harmed during the making of this video, sort of.
Oh, I know.
And that's when I
And
kept on sending you like,
I was
I
having a
kept on
bad
sending you
Mercury
what,
retrograde.
Girls on Fire. I kept on sending you the video for Girls on Fire, different people doing
That
it.
was funny. That was funny. I thought only you got a good sense of humor. I was at the moment though, you know how something later when you look at it, it's funny, but at the moment it's happening, you're like, no, too
That
late
happens
when
during
you
some readings sometimes, believe me.
I know, but when you look back, you're like, you can laugh at that stuff later. Now I can laugh about it, and I've had a vacation and Mercury retrograde is over. Thank God.
Right. And
So
we got out of the moon stuff, so it was all good.
we've got
And you
16.
went to Tennessee and got your moonshine.
Oh yeah, guys, I got banana pudding moonshine. I got they have a lot of kinds: dreamsicle, strawberry, raspberry, butter pecan, good in your coffee. I gave 2 to the girls who were watching my dog, and then the other ones I might give a couple away for Christmas presents, and I'm keeping a couple for myself. I'm keeping the coffee, the peanut butter cup, and the butter pecan. I'm keeping for me.
Well, where I grew up, there was an apple orchard, very famous apple orchard in Bucks County. And everyone would go there all the time for the fall, for the apples and apple cider. And we had 2 refrigerators. One was like in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we'd keep the extra soda and all that kind of stuff. And one time, my mother's in there, what the heck is all this? My brother and I had gotten jugs of apple cider, but this was now February, and what happened was we let it ferment. We kept on letting it burp, and it was hard apple cider by the time we got
I
to it.
didn't
My
know
mother
you
didn't
could do
realize it.
that with apple cider. I bet that was good. I love apple
It
pie
ferments,
moonshine.
and becomes, hard cider.
Well, they had me try the 120 and the 100. It's itty bitty bitty cups, but they had me try the 120 and 140, and I'm like, my eyes were crossing. And
Good thing you didn't have a candle near you.
oh, good thing. Oh, Gwen is here. Gwen, I just wanted to tell you, I showed everybody the little candle holder. I got it right here.
That was so sweet.
Got me this. I got it right here on my here and over there, and I got my little candles there. And I was going to give up burning candles for a while, which I love, but now I can do it again. So thanks to Gwen. So thank you so much. So let's see. We got some questions. I had fun last night too. We all dressed up like the what do you call them? The Hocus Pocus girl. I was the blonde, and my friend had the purple hair, and then we had Gerald from Tarot Stash. He was the Winifred with the red hair. We kept saying he looked like a what do you call those things? The
Troll doll?
Cabbage Patch doll. He looked like a Cabbage Patch doll.
I actually looked like he was Pippi Longstockings on crack.
It's so funny. So we got Vanessa here. Vanessa says, how many times do you think they will try to get Jim Socks Jordan in, since it took 15 times for McCarthy and Jim and Hannity? Yes, we were just talking about that. Hannity, he put out the phone numbers and the wives are being threatened, and what a jerk. And then he goes on there and says, well, I am an investigative reporter and it is my job. And I'm like, baloney sauce. You're an entertainment person.
I worked as a reporter for 13 years, and he's about as investigative reporters as about as investigating as my car.
Yeah, he is not. What's Steve say? A warm can of beer makes a great fire extinguisher. Really? Aussie bush trip.
Well, last time somebody suggested flour, and I was thinking afterwards, flour is combustible.
Well, everybody in the chat was saying, use this, use that, do this.
I'm just saying, don't use water. Don't use water. And
too late. Well, water.
Actually,
fire people put out fires with
I'm
water.
going to tell you early. I already got you a Christmas gift. We'll just make it a birthday gift. It's one of those asbestos blankets you put over for a plane.
You did? Oh my gosh, I need one of those. I was looking at that and I'm like, that would be perfect, especially for me.
That's why I said earlier, give me your address. I've got some stuff to send you, including a deck of Lenormand cards.
Oh, that's great. I'll use them too.
I'll teach you how.
How many times do we think he's going to be, it's going to take to get, let's see, how many times do you think
It doesn't
they
matter
will
because he's
try
not going to get in.
He's not going to get in. Let me see. Will Jim Jordan, I'll ask though, will Jim Jordan be Speaker of the House? I never get him, and it's a big no.
No.
How many times will they have a vote before they pick somebody else? Okay, will it be 7 times? Will it? Okay, will it be 5? Okay, I'm going to ask here. 5? No. 6? Little or no. 7? 7? I'm getting 7. Will it be 7?
Okay, we'll see what happens.
So we're close. We're right next to each other. So you said what? 5?
What I kept on feeling is the new Speaker of the House, which I would pray to St. Jude that it would be Hakeem Jeffries, but it's not happening until
January is what I get. January.
But that could also mean 2024, which means November.
Yes.
When they get the House. But also, I feel it's going to be someone that the Democrats say, put your hat in the ring.
Yeah.
We're behind you.
Well, I've heard them mention, they mentioned Liz Cheney and the other guy, Mitt Romney. They said that they want somebody, even though they disagree on policies, they want somebody who's not a traitor to our country, who's not a January 6th insurrectionist supporter and election denier.
Somebody's going to stand there and say, can we have decorum on the floor, please?
Yes. Do you feel like them scaring Hannity, giving out the numbers, scaring their wives, do you think that's going to change the minds of these 20 Republicans? Or do you think
it's going to backfire?
Make them dig in
it's going to
further?
backfire. It's already started backfiring.
I feel so
because
too.
they're talking about it. I was just threatened. My wife was just threatened.
Yeah. People, they can't keep letting them do this. They keep letting them do this and bullying them.
How ugly they are. They're just showing their true stripes.
They are. They're
against
just
their own.
They're fighting each other, and then they're blaming the Democrats because the Democrats didn't vote for McCarthy. Why would they vote for a Republican?
He lied.
And he lied. He promised if
Biden?
and he promised Biden stuff. Biden kept his end of the deal. He didn't. So why?
And then as soon as the debt ceiling thing is up, well, he reneged on everything.
Yep.
But why should the Democrats be responsible to the Republicans who does nothing but trash our country?
Right. And to me, a lot of them are traitors. Do you think Jim and Hannity will start on their kids next? I don't feel they will. No, I feel
because
like
that's close. I've said this before. I really feel there's going to be some laws regarding doxing.
Yes, I believe so too.
And that's borderline doxing what they're doing.
Yes. And they did that with the judge too, didn't they? Some of the jurors. I mean, the information was out there.
They did it with the in Georgia. They did it with the what do you call it? The court, the jury, the grand jury. But by law, they have to list the names of the grand jury.
But they didn't have to put it all over Republican social media.
No, but then what happened was then all Republican social media people, the maggots, started like going through LinkedIn and Facebook and all that and trying to get their names, and then they started threatening.
Yes, it's not a democracy if we let them threaten us and it's for our vote. And even my brother, my little brother, he goes, Deann, he goes, don't you talk about politics on your show? And I said, yes. And he goes, well, you shouldn't do that because like he thinks I'm in danger for doing this. And it's like people have to be willing to stand up for what's right. You know,
I've had trolls, but at this point,
Yeah, or he worries that somebody's going to recognize.
A friend of mine said, "Are you afraid of being doxxed?" I said, "If I get doxxed, that's going to be like 10,000 subscribers or more."
Rebecca says, an informative show. You guys make a good team. I think so too. I love being with Arthur. He's a great guy. I feel
Yeah, we
we
were
always
Laurel and
end up
Hardy in our
talking.
last lifetime.
I think so too. Because my husband's like, he goes, well, how long was that show? I'm like, well, it was only an hour, but we were just talking afterwards because we like each other.
Yeah.
Says, hi, Arthur. Hi, Deann. It will be great to see both of you. Question, who do you see as the next speaker of the house?
I don't have a name. I feel there's going to be a toss-up of 3 people, and one throws their hat in the ring, and Democrats get behind them. That's all I feel. I liked Austin Scott, but he only got 81 votes.
Austin Scott? Will it be? Let me see.
But no,
Yeah, I don't get that it's going to be him.
No, I liked him. But again, he's a Republican, against everything.
I feel the same way. I don't get it's going to be Liz Cheney. I don't get it's going to be, Romney. I don't think Romney wants to be involved in any of that anymore. He was paying $5,000 a day is what I heard for security. But he wrote that book, and a lot of people are going to find out some things from that book too, but they don't want him, I think, the Democrats are going to find somebody who's a middle of the road person, don't you think? Somebody who will go, who will work together like they're supposed to.
Work for the people and do what they're supposed to do, not for, the grift.
And they're getting tired of the Marjorie Trader Greens and the
My Tragic Girlfriend.
Yes. And Lauren Boebert, Hobart, whatever. They're getting tired of them. And they're about ready to be gone.
I said on a show once, and sometimes I'll say things that I don't realize I say until I watch the show when I'm editing. And I was talking about her after her incident with Beetlejuice. And I said, let's say she's not coming back. And the only thing I can see maybe for her is getting a Hooters franchise, or she's going to have an OnlyFans page. And I would rather put Tabasco sauce in my eyes than watch that.
Yeah, they talk about family values, and she's speaking in church congregations and all that stuff. And then she's messing around in front of 10-year-olds and vaping in front of a pregnant
woman. Yeah.
And even though the woman politely asked her to stop, she did it more and then started flashing pictures in her
I would love to be one of those people I would just love walking. Excuse me, ma'am. Don't you know who I am? Unfortunately, I do.
I hate that, don't you know? Somebody did that. They had a thing, a skit where somebody did that in an airport. Do you know who I am? And she got on there. Excuse me, we have a person here who does not know who they are. Would somebody please come and get them? That can identify them. So Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. She wants to know, does my brother have a message for me? His name was Zach, a brilliant man who took his life. God, I'm so sorry, Rebecca. He was only 47 years old. I've been getting subtle messages from Zach. I'll pull some cards just to see what I get, and we'll see what.
And as I tease, I'm medium rare, but what I do get around this is, I feel there are messages like that, like when I see a hummingbird, that's my grandmother. And when I get a yellow butterfly, that's my other grandmother. But also I keep on picking up is, all I heard was listen to the radio or listen to TV. Whatever questions you have, whatever he's trying to tell you, you're going to hear it in the lyrics of a song or something. So that's what I keep on getting.
Yeah, I was telling Arthur, my mother sends me dimes, and my mother always wanted to know what was going on. She passed 6 years ago. She lived with us 27 years. We put in a new walk-in tub. Suddenly there's a dime in the middle of the walk-in tub. When I'm sick and I had to go to the hospital, there was a dime on the hospital floor. When we get anything new, my mother, leaves me dimes. She has sent cardinals on Mother's Day for me, and I knew it was her. I just want to throw a few cards real quick, and I'm going to use my pendulum to see which one I want to tell you. Okay, is it this one? Whatever you're doing, she says, believe in yourself. You can do it. She's proud of you. And she wants you to know, she realizes Earth is our school, we're learning here. And she says she's helping you. Whatever it is you're doing, she believes in you. She's here helping you.
We're talking about Zach, right?
Yeah. Or I said Zach. I said she, but I meant he. Forgive me.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. My brain, it's my senior brain. I know I pulled for Zach.
Well, I have that too. I call it CRS.
Okay, so I'm going to just switch that because I know who I'm talking about. My guides know who I'm talking about, but he's saying believe in yourself. He's helping you. It's a school. And let me see, is this one? No. And he said that he comes by you sometimes. He sometimes, you might put his hand on your shoulder, on your hand, but he does come visit you and he watches over you. And I think a lot of times, when people pass away, you dream about them. They come to you in your dreams when you're relaxed, or they'll sit by you on the bed. You know what I mean? But he watches you, and he is very, very proud of you. And he says he's standing right next to you. So anytime you talk about them, anytime you talk to them, they hear you, so Zach, exactly what he was like, talk to him. I talk to my sister. I talk to my brother. I talk to my mother, and they talk back to me. And I know it sounds crazy, but they don't talk back where I hear them. They talk back in my mind. When I'm cooking, I talk to my mom and she tells me when I'm doing it wrong, or she'll tell me, or if I do something dumb that I warned her, hold on to the banister, and then I start to trip, I'll hear in my head, hold on to the banister, ha, 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 like now it's you. You listen to your own words. So, and my husband will hear me saying, I know, Mom. So talk to Zach because Zach hears you and he still wants to hear from you. So, and you will hear from him. And when you go to sleep, ask for him to come to your dreams and ask for him to give you a sign and tell you what it is. My niece, when my sister died, her children, they see butterflies. I see dimes. Other people see cardinals. Some people, I have a friend who finds white feathers in the weirdest of places. So ask him, you can even ask him for a specific sign. Show me feathers when you're around. Show me dimes when you're around. Ask him. They'll hear you and you'll start seeing stuff like that. And that's what I get.
Yeah.
And bless your heart. And I know how you feel. I lost a sister and brother young too, but keep talking to them because they're not gone. They're still here.
I've recommended this book before. It's called Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss. I'll put it in my about page. I'd recommend that for you. It's really good. It's about what happens when we cross over.
Yeah. It's amazing. I had a psychic. I went to a psychic when Mom died, and she goes, do you find dimes? I'm like, no. And she said, you will. And I thought, that's a weird thing to say. And then she goes, oh, and your mother has something in the closet she wants you to find. There's a box I see. You haven't found it yet. And I came home and I went into the closet and there was a big box. She goes, I see Abraham Lincoln. I don't know why I see Abraham Lincoln. Well, I opened the box and I found the box. It had Abraham Lincoln, a picture of him right on top. We live in Illinois, land of Lincoln. So maybe that's why, but I never knew she had a picture of Abraham Lincoln. And it was all our report cards, all our stuff. When I skated for muscular dystrophy and raised money, she saved that little thing. And so just like I said, they're there. My mother told her where to find that stuff for me. So Karen wants to know, will my
I wish they would leave me a dime bag. That's just a joke.
No, Arthur.
I'm in Los Angeles. I can get all that stuff next to 7-Eleven here.
I wish they'd leave me more than a dime. But, it's very common. If you look, there's like pennies from heaven, dimes. You can look on YouTube.
That's why I tell people to put pennies in their pocket.
Uh-huh.
It shields
I save
them.
my dimes. Every time I find my dime, I know it's from my mom. I have a little box of dimes from her.
Karen, your Zach will reach out. I feel by the end of the year.
see.
And when he does, just hear what he has to say.
Will he reach out? Okay, I'm going to try my pendulum here for this one. Will Zach reach out to Karen? Okay, I'm getting yes. Will it be in October? No. Stop. November? No. December? I feel like it may be December. It may, so I'm getting that too. So I think the holiday time, that's when we think about our family. That's when we miss our family. That's when we start thinking maybe it's not worth it, to fight. So I get yes too.
He's stubborn.
Evelyn, thank you for correcting me on that. Sometimes, like I said, I know what I mean, but my brain and my lips just, I appreciate
like I told you, I said I have CRS. Can't remember.
I know what. I do too. The senior
or
moment.
the senior moment, either one.
So Evelyn says, I recently applied for several positions this week, and I'm wondering if I will be employed by one of these positions. Okay. Employed by one of the positions she applied for. Was she like the job?
I'm getting a yes on that.
I'm getting yes. I'm getting that you're going to like it.
It reads like a career opportunity, not just a job.
Yeah. I'm also getting yes, and I'm getting you're going to like it. So one of those is going to call you.
And I feel by November 5th, you're working.
See, I'm curious. Will it be, let's see what I get. Will it be in October? No, stop. Will it be in November? Show me strong. Okay, that's a yes for me. What day in November? I'm getting between the 5th and the 5th or the 6th. It's right in between them. So that's great. You have to let us know.
Hope that resonates. When we do numbers and stuff, sometimes it comes through the Lenormand deck or it just comes to me. We've always been in sync.
We have. Every time we'll be like within a day or two apart.
So, yeah. But,
yeah. And he's usually a little closer than I am a couple times. But we're usually like a day apart, a day or two apart. But we've been pretty much the same. I use a pendulum mat. Sometimes I use my cards. You use the Lenormand card and your intuition. So
Lenormand. Sure is French.
I can't say it
Lenormand.
right. Lenormand.
Mademoiselle Lenormand or Madame Lenormand.
I'm going to mess it up again. I'm going to try not to. Though.
That's all right. You're from Illinois.
If you correct me enough times, it will sink in and stick, I think.
Well, if we ask you how old you are and you stomp your foot, then we know there's a problem.
I have no problem saying my age. I just don't say my weight. I remember one time I was going to have a minor surgery and they were asking me, so how tall are you? And I'm like 5'9", and they're asking me all these questions and I'm answering. My husband's sitting right there and they go, and what is your weight? I go, hold on. I go all the way down to the basement and I'm like, this is what it is. And when my husband was with me, I make him leave the room or I write it on a piece of paper. I says, it's terrible. I know he knows I'm not skinny, but I don't need him to know exactly how not skinny. Right. I know it's silly. He loves me regardless. We've been married 30 some years.
Doing something right.
Yeah, we're doing something right. Okay. I would like to ask will my son get a job in 2 months? Anya Von Tassel.
3. Sorry.
Get a job. How many months will it take for her son to get a job? Will it be?
Well, the way I'm reading this, I keep on getting number 3, but it could also mean he could start the job in 2 months, but the job's not yours until you work it.
Yes. I'm getting him working in between 3 and about 3 months. Yeah.
Because another thing is, this is where I got the 3 from, is the number 12.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you added it together.
It's 3. And it's also the owls, which to me represents spirit, which represents the spirits around us, watching over us. Because also the power bird of this deck is the owl.
We have owls here and they hoot during the day. I never heard an owl hoot during the day.
All my life, I've been followed by owls. And then when I found this deck, I'm like, oh, owl.
I'm
Temple
kind of
University,
scared because I
owl
got
was, I would be in the middle of a field and there'd be owls when I was a kid. It was
But
weird.
don't they eat dog? Will they attack my dog? I'm always scared to let my dog out because we have hawks and around and we have owls and
Yeah,
raccoons.
we just have coyotes.
You have coyotes.
Yeah.
I watch her. I'm paranoid. I'm an overprotective dog mom.
You're a mommy. Of course you are.
I am.
Yes.
It's terrible. Energy behind tax credit coming next year.
Yes.
Let's see what I get.
I didn't pull a card on that. Just said yes.
I felt yes. I just used the pendulum to double check myself. I know that so it's just a tool. I double check myself and I'm getting a very strong yes because the Democrats are going to take over and they are going to bring that back. We need that right now with the prices of everything being so high, especially parents with children.
Gas a month ago here was $6.99.
You are
It's now
kidding me.
$6.12.
I am never, ever, I used to always want to go to California. But don't know if I'd ever want to live. I used to think I wanted to live there, but I don't know now.
I got some notes from somebody in Norway. They're paying $10.99.
What?
And $10.99
In Norway?
In Norway, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Kevin said
Yeah.
owls will get cats. I know. I'd be careful with a small dog. She's about 10 pounds. So she's not little. She's got long legs. She went from this big to suddenly grew so big. Oh, here, I get you got your question, Veronica. Okay, so what does the next 3 months have in store for me? Will I be able to get my YouTube channel up and running before Christmas? Loads of love. Okay, let's see.
Mickey, not Steve.
Be able to get his YouTube channel running before Christmas. Steve, get his YouTube channel running before Christmas. I'm getting a yes, Steve, but you're going to have to work at it. It's not going to be, it's work.
Okay. What I'm going to say is you might get the channel up, but it may take a little bit longer, like to February, for things to really start working for you, Mickey.
Well, I was going to throw a couple cards for you, see if there's any advice, but I'm just throwing them over on the floor here. Hold on here. Let me just throw a couple.
Trying to tell you what
I'm like, just throw the cards. Butterfingers, Deann.
52 pickup.
Okay, what do you want to tell Steve? What do you want to tell Steve about his YouTube channel? They're saying you have spiritual gifts and you're in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. They said you also may have the ability to be an energy healer. That may be something in your future. You have a natural ability, it says, to heal yourself and others. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And it also says it talks about going outside and just spending time in the environment and not worrying about it. Don't worry about, like I used to sit there, sometimes we look and we're like seeing how many subscribers you have or whatever. Let it come when it comes. Just let it come naturally. And if you need help, you got lots of people that'll help you when you get ready to do it and you want to come on and a show with somebody, holler at me. I had really good people that helped me when I got started. I remember sending a message to Sheila Celtic Tarot and different ones, Danny, Shay, different. And I was like, hi, my name's Deann. I'm starting a new channel called Deann Shield Maiden Tarot. I've been watching you for 2 years. Would you like to read with me? And I'm thinking and I even said, I know there's not a snowball's chance in hell, but would you like to read with me? I was like, don't throw that out there.
I think that's the letter I sent you.
Yeah, no, there's not a snowball.
No, actually, you reached out to me. You were one of the first people to ever reach out to me and say, "Would you like to be on my show?"
Oh, because I loved you and I love listening to your meditations and all that and your voice.
But Mickey, it's going to work.
Yes.
At the same time, it's not always in our time; it's in God's time.
Yes. And that's what I have become to realize. It's like, I am not going to look and care. I mean, I may say, like, subscribe, all that stuff, but my channel's going to grow as it's meant to grow. I'm going to attract the people that are sent to me that I'm meant to have, you know, and if it takes a year, it takes a year. If it takes 2 years, 3 years, it takes that long. Just enjoy what you're doing. If you enjoy it, then it doesn't matter because you're going to have fun along the way.
And believe me, you have to be realistic. Or not realistic, but real. If you, and you are, Mickey, you're a real person. You're
Steve.
not fake. No, it said Mickey, not Steve.
Oh, never mind. Did I look at the wrong? Never mind.
At the very end, it says Steve at the very end.
Oh, okay. Not Steve. Oh, I didn't look. Read the small print, Deann. I didn't read the small print.
That's okay. We still love you. I do the same thing. But no, what I'm saying is that it's in God's time, not our time. But I guess the word that I'm hearing now is you're authentic, and that can't be faked. And just know that.
Yeah.
So congratulate
Be yourself. People are going to like you that like you. There how many channels are there out there? And everybody maybe this one might not like me, but they might like this person. This one likes me and don't like that person. So just do it for to yourself. Help people.
Look, I know I'm an acquired taste. So, it is what it is. There's some people that I've gotten
like
stuff,
silly.
They don't like me. So I don't care.
If they don't like you, then poop on them. No. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding,
There's
guys.
an emoji for that, isn't there?
Huh? There's an emoji,
for that, right? But Mickey, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you'll do it, and you got people to help you, and we all know what it's like when we started ours. Okay.
And yes, Deann and I always talk over each other, so
we do. We do. We don't mean to, so don't write it in the comments because we still love each other. We don't do it on purpose.
But sometimes I hear something, I got to say it before I lose it because I have CRS.
I do that with my husband all the time. He'll be in the middle of a sentence and then I interrupt him and he goes, "Don't interrupt me." I go, "I can't help it. If I don't say this right this minute, it's gone. It's going."
That reminds me of a story of Jacqueline Suzanne was on an airplane with Merv Griffin in first class. And Merv Griffin leaned over to her to say something. And she was like, "Stop." And was like annoyed. And so he just sat there. Okay. 10 minutes later, was like, "Don't ever interrupt me while I'm eavesdropping."
Oh, that's funny.
Don't worry, Annie, don't worry about the money. Okay? You're going to be fine. There's some changes coming up in November around you. These last 7 months have not been the easiest, but that was then, this is now. You got through it. And, life lessons, blah, blah, blah. You've already done all that. And the thing is, it's not time for a new chapter for you. It's time to write a new book. Okay? You're fine. And they're there to help you. They will give you messages when you need them. Hope that resonates.
Let's see. Well, I got that you're sabotaging yourself. You may be creating some pain for yourself by standing in your own way. You may be having some negative thoughts. Like, maybe you want to do something and you're thinking, "I can't do it." I feel like you've got some spiritual gifts and you're in the process also of developing them, but you may not feel like you do or you can do it. But it says that you are starting to learn. It says you're a visionary and you're starting to learn how to put your ideas into action. I'm just seeing if I get anything else. It says, though, you're not doing the action, though. You're thinking of it. You're in the thought process of it. You got better times coming ahead. They're going through rough times. They're saying you're going to get through that and things are going to become more stable and you're going to have more peace in your life. So that's what the cards that were coming out for me, for you. So
also, I'm just going to say this generally speaking. There's a book that I recommend to everyone that's working on their talents, their gifts, whatever you want to call it. It's an older book. It's called, and I'll put it in my about page. It's called You Are Psychic by Pete Sanders. And what I like about it is he was a scientist at MIT. And so he got together with other psychics, and they came out with, it's like a clinical study, like just bullet points, like here are exercises, do these exercises. And when you do them, you figure out what your psychic senses are. And then once you know what your psychic senses are, then there's exercises on how to turn them on and how to turn them off, which is very important. And also how to exercise. It's like how to get to Carnegie Hall, you practice.
Yeah, that's true. I think everybody has gifts, everybody, you know, and it's whether you turn them on or not, or whether you believe in them or not. I had things that happened to me, but I just shoved them off as a coincidence. It's a coincidence. I knew that, but I knew that, but I don't
Baptist.
And it was Baptist. Yeah. And once I started doing this, there was things started happening. I started having, like, when I read the cards, sometimes I'll get ringing in my ears, and when spirits are around, sometimes I'll get ringing, and it got to happen. I thought, well, do I have tinnitus? But it was bothering me, and I said, will you stop it?
There's a different kind of ringing when they're talking to you as versus tinnitus, believe me. Or
well, you know, when I told them to stop it, it stopped, but they haven't done it again. They were doing it all the time, but then I said, stop it. And it stopped.
They'll find other ways to annoy you, believe me.
Yeah, and I have seen spirits too, you know, and wasn't expecting it, kind of screamed, scared my husband to death.
I don't have a name yet.
You don't have a name for your sock puppet? I have to think.
No.
Help you think of a name. Good question, though. He's got to work on that. You would love a card pulled if possible. And let me get my glasses on. Oh, what is that? Timbervadi type?
Timbervadi type.
Timbervadi type? Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's a long name for my brain.
I love the kitty cat.
I do too. I love animals. I just love, my daughter loves all animals, even lizards and spiders. Now I'm not there yet, but she tries to get me to hold a tarantula. It's like, I would love a card. Okay, let's see what we get for you.
When we were kids, there was a double feature at the theater. We went to Ocean City and we were kids, and it was raining. So my father took us to the movies, and it was a double feature of Dr. No and Goldfinger.
I remember
Goldfinger. The scene where the tarantula is like crawling up his leg in bed. So I'm sitting there, and I just look at my sister and put my hand on her leg and start doing this. Popcorn all over the theater. My father, like, stop that.
I remember the drive-ins. Dad used to bring us kids in our pajamas, and they had the swing sets and that little thing that you spin around, you know, the merry-go-round. Oh, I love that thing.
Makes you sick.
You'd go as fast as you could, and then I'd wake up in my bed. I didn't know how I got in my bed. We'd fall asleep. They had the cartoons first, and then Mom would make a big
and that little
bag of
speaker
popcorn.
You put in. Yeah. And that little speaker in the window.
Yep, that people always drove off and ripped off. Did you ever hide in the trunk? I had a friend hide in the trunk once. She wanted to do it.
We had a country squire station wagon in the trunk.
I miss those days. Okay. You go first if you get something before me.
Okay, I pulled more than one card. I hope that's okay.
As many as you feel.
I'm just getting, the first thing that came up was communication. Like you're waiting for a phone call, you're waiting for a letter, you're waiting for communication about something. It's like waiting for the water to boil. It's going to be there, and it's positive. So that's the communication card I get. I also get it's very positive, and that spirits around you. So if there's, like we were talking about earlier, like yell at them, scream at them. I yell at my father all the time. So you're on that side, help me, God damn it. So and they listen, but what I get here is they're around you, so don't be afraid to ask. Ask, you shall receive, literally is what I just heard.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, because when I come on, when I do personal readings, or when I have people send me questions. It's like myself, I don't know the answers, but I will pray, and I will ask. I ask above. I ask my angels, my ancestors, my guides. It's like, this person needs help. Please tell me what it is that they need. And they tell me. And I've had people say, well, how did you know about this person and that person in the past? And I never even asked you that. And how did you know? I'm like, I didn't. So you can ask, and they will answer you. You won't even know where it comes from. It'll just come from nowhere.
I equate it to this. I can't win $1 on Jeopardy, but people think I'm smart because it's not coming from me.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. It isn't me. I can't take credit for it. Now I get that you are an empath and that you may be confusing other people's energy with your own. I'm an empath. If I'm around somebody who's in a lousy mood, it can rub off on me, and I can be in a lousy mood. I'm around somebody and you think, why am I suddenly in a lousy mood? Why am I suddenly sad? So you got to watch your energy, and you may not like to be around loads of people because you pick up on all that energy. So learn to protect yourself. I've learned to like imagine a ball of light around me and that keeps negative energy out. Imagine mirrors on me or shields around me when I'm around a whole bunch of people. I also get that you could possibly be an entrepreneur, and they're telling you to be on the lookout for an opportunity that's going to maybe be coming your way in the next year. But you need to get out of your head and change your thoughts that you give life to. Because if you think, again, you can't do it, you may be given opportunities, but it's up to you to take them or think, I can't do them. If you say you can't do them, you can't. So believe in yourself, believe you can do it. Quit thinking negative thoughts that you can't do it. They're telling you to take care of yourself. You're kind of a perfectionist, and you need to get a better handle on the work-life balance, maybe. And that's what I got for you. So I hope that helps.
May I add something?
Always.
I think I've said this on your show before, that we're all empaths. Most of us are empaths. And I equate an empath, and this is the way Genius explained it to me, was an empath is like a radio picking up every radio station at one time. Yes. You're going to explode. So how do you shield yourself? How do you protect yourself? Because the energy goes to you. People don't know they're tossing it. It goes to you because you're the receptor. So I learned a long time ago that copper is a great shield. Copper is like, you have copper on your body and the energy gets tossed. It goes to the copper and then gets grounded. It doesn't go into you. It doesn't become part of you. You can feel it, but it's not yours to hold on to. Number one. Number two, what kind of copper? I put 3 to 4 pennies in my pocket at all times.
I'm going to start doing that because
then I start finding the pennies in the street, call them pennies from heaven. But when I was in Tokyo in 2018, before COVID, I actually wore copper socks the whole time. And they work beautifully. Yeah.
I need to do that.
The compression socks with copper in them.
I need to do that because, like, if I go to Walmart or something and there's a lot of people, I get the feeling like I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I need to get my stuff and I need to get out of here because
you get anxious. You're picking everybody's stuff up, and it's like, I was at a restaurant once and I didn't shield myself, and my friend said, "You're about to stab everybody with that fork, aren't you?" I said,
Yes.
I have to get out of here.
And I remember when I was a kid, when we would have all the family come over for Christmas and stuff, it would be too many people. It would overwhelm me. I would like go in my room and they're like, I'd hear them, "Where's Deann? Where's Deann? Where's Deann?" I did that during pictures too. I hated my picture taken. He said, "Deann, I am an empath, legit. And you both read me very well." Oh, good. Thank you so much. Thank you for the question.
And the follow-up, it helps.
Yes, it does. It's nice to have follow-up because, you do. I've done readings before where I'm just going on like I know these people and it's like I'm channeling, it's coming out. And I think they're going to say none of that's true. And I'll get letters back that, "Oh my God, everything you said was right."
People will get bored. They'll say, "You're not telling me anything I don't know already." I'm like, "Well, I don't know you. This is the first time we've met. So obviously I'm saying something right."
Exactly. Because you know nothing about them. Yeah. Will Adam Kinzinger ever have a chance to be Speaker of the House?
I'm not feeling it.
Okay, let's see. Well, Adam
It's a good name,
Kinsinger
but
be
I'm not feeling it.
Speaker of the House. I'm getting that's a no for me. And I felt no, but I always like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
my double check thing. I just do.
It's okay.
Sometimes I think I don't really need the pendulum, but I do it because sometimes other people want to see it, and
But
it
well,
also
sometimes
confirms what I feel.
I'll just blurt things, and I'm not using cards on it. But it comes so fast sometimes. It's just like I'm doing it about 30 years, so it's like it just falls out of my mouth sometimes.
Well, I have 1 year, so I might need my tools just a little bit. Maybe when I'm here 30
I still
years.
use tools. It's called scotch and gin and tonic, and Captain Morgan's my best spirit.
I have spirits from Tennessee. Cece, hi Cece. Do we see you finding a lifelong partner? Is Cece going to find a lifelong partner? I get yes. Let's see. Will it be this year? How many years? How many years before she finds this person? I feel like, and I don't know if this is before you get married or before you find them, but I'm getting 3 years. So it could be, let me see, I'm getting 3. So is it 3 months? Is it 3 months? Is it 3 months? Is it 3? 2 to 3 years. Let me see. Let me double check. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm getting 2.5 to 3 years, but it takes time, and that might be you might date. I think you're gonna date. I'll throw
And
some love cards.
and when I get on that, this is what came up. The happy little girl. 13 equals 4. And I was going to say you meet in April. Doesn't mean you start dating right away. You meet organically through a mutual friend or acquaintance. So if you're asked to hang out with some people at the very last minute, go. And that's where the introduction takes place. The word the guides are using with me is not dating. You'll be courting, which is the old-fashioned way. And it's very positive.
Well,
This is
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He's sorry.
You're not going to be the lady with the cats, dogs, and critters with dead gerbils under newspapers, okay? That's not your future.
I got, Cece, that you're going to meet somebody that's going to be a soulmate for you, that you have a soul contract with this person. And I feel like you're going to, this person's going to get a hold of you. Whether I don't know if you're going to find you through the internet, but you may be getting a call, a text, or a message that it might be somebody. Let me see if it's somebody from the past. Is it somebody from the past? Is it somebody? It may be somebody you've met already knew before in the past, because they're going to give you a call that they've been thinking about you. In the past, they had some heartbreak and they're kind of were in a toxic relationship, but I feel like they're progressing and they're starting to move on from their issues. You guys are going to get together, and I think you guys are going to start off just having coffee, kind of reminiscing about things, and things that you and he learned from the past. And I think you guys are going to make new memories, but that's why I think it's going to take some time, because this person they're healing their heart, at this time. So, but I don't know if they see you online or they see you on Facebook or how they're going to run into them, but I feel like it's somebody that you knew from the past. So that's what I was getting.
Well, whoever it is the words they're using with me is organic.
Yep. It's just going to feel like natural, like you guys just hit it off. You want somebody who's going to be like a best friend, that you can be yourself, be silly, be goofy. They can see you in the morning or when you're sick and still love you, still like you. Do you see me finding a lifelong partner? Okay, we did that one. Okay, I hope that helps.
70s the new 50, 40, 50. So it's all good.
Exactly. It doesn't matter the age that you are, and it is. 70s are a lot younger. I remember having aunts, and they were in their 50s maybe, and they had those old what do you call those gowns, those muumuus, and had their wrinkled up pantyhose and the shoes that look like
Duty shoes.
yeah, they
Orthopedics.
look so old and gray and now 50. I'm almost 60, and I don't think I look like that, you know?
Well, I'm closer to 70 than I am 60. I'm 66. So
Yes, and you look young, and I'm sure you feel young. It's all how you feel. It doesn't matter how the number.
it's when they send me the dime bags, it really comes in handy.
I don't even know what a dime bag is. I remember when I was in high school.
A dime bag is, it's like one time when I was working
House dress, yes.
as a reporter, and it was like 2:00 in the morning because we didn't have computers in the houses back then. We had to go into the office newsroom, and the energy was so heavy and was so thick, and so I had some sage in my backpack. So I decided I'm just going to sage this place, and the smoke detector goes off. Luckily, not the sprinkler system, but the smoke detector. And the 2 security guards come up, and the first thing out of one of the mouths is, "Can I buy a dime bag of that?" It smells like pot.
Oh
A
my
dime bag
God.
of pot. $10
You
for
know what
yeah,
I
dime bag.
did, and I should never admit this, especially on air, because I look like a moron, but I don't care because I'm me, and if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. But I was in high school, and I was 12 years old when I was a freshman. I turned 13 yet, but I started early, and we moved to a new school, and they were all the kids. It was in the 70s, and they were all talking about, I paid this much for a bag of grass, and I paid this much. And I told my friend that I met, I go, these people are so stupid. She goes, why? I go, they pay money for grass. It's everywhere. It's all over the ground. Why would they do that? And I go, and you know what else? They said they were going to pay per pot. I go, do you think they take the grass and they cook it in a pot? How do they do? And she goes, Deann, I go, what? She goes, never say that again to anybody. I'm like, why? She goes, that's not what they're talking about. I'm like, what are they talking about? I thought they actually, I told her that my dad would let them mow his grass and he'd give it to them for free.
Well, it's neighborhoods here that you can do that, but same kind
So
of grass.
I was not, and they asked me too when I first went there. They said, I go, where's the rest of the people? And they go, what do you mean? And I said, everybody's white. Where's the rest of the people? Because I grew up in a mixed neighborhood. And they said, where's she from? And I said, the South End. And I didn't know that was anything wrong. And yeah, they were all, nobody'd sit by me or talk to me. But I didn't know what that was. They thought I was from a bad neighborhood. I was innocent.
Yeah, well, after the incident, the bureau chief called me in and said, what did you do last night? Because apparently they had to write a report and all this other stuff. And I said, well, the energy goes, stop. That's all I had to see. He says, look, I know you know Jean Dixon. I know you go to dinner with Jackie Stallone. She was a really good astrologer, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his name? Sweet Spirits. Kenny Kingston always used to call me. He wanted me to work for him for a bit. But so what I decided was I wasn't going to burn sage anymore like that. So did you know there's a liquid sage?
Yes, I do.
Yes, this is what I use now. I put it in my wash water.
Right here.
I put it in my backpack. When I'm in a room, it just feels horrible. I just spray this because why do we use sage? Why do we use frankincense? Why do we use dragon's blood? Because it raises the vibration of the room. That's all it is. Think of it, Joey Springer audience, Metropolitan Opera. Which one do you want to be in?
My husband cannot stand smoke, so I found the sage that you can
Well, this
spray.
is out of necessity because I thought I was going to lose my job.
Oh, I like it though. I like the spray sage.
Well, I like it too.
Oh, you guys in the chat, I want to tell you, it's been an hour. I think we'll try. You got time to answer a few more questions? Or
I have no life. I'm here.
okay, I'm here too. I only
I
have
was
a
just stuck in
limit.
traffic, so this is a pleasure to me. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say, you guys in the chat who didn't get to do it, who I didn't mention this, if you did not hit the like and subscribe button, please go back and do that. I really, really appreciate it. You don't know, that really helps us out.
Shesheni, Shesheni, Shesheni.
Yeah, whatever he said or he said. I never know which way to point.
Thank you. It's Mandarin for thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gracias. I know that one.
Or Polish would be dziękuję.
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 Can you give me a message?
Oh,
from
but
Spirit?
before you get to that one, the one before that, it was about, will you sell stuff in the storage area in the bin? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll ask two. What was this? Okay.
It has stuff they're going to sell that's in a storage area.
Okay. I'm getting a big yes too. So I'm
They'll be
sorry if
happy.
I clicked over that. I lost my train of thought.
Put some dollar bills in your pocket because you're going to need some change for people.
So we got Linda Burgess wants to know, can you give me a message from Spirit about my sister Terry who has cancer? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Let's see if I get anything.
You know, I'm just going to tell you what I get first. It's like she's going through a lot of transformations right now. But she's strong-willed. And she's too mean to go. Are you kidding? She's going to be around for a while.
Well,
I'm joking about her being mean, but, you know, I'm just teasing. But no, I get her going through lots of transformations, but in a good way for some reason.
yeah, I get that she has people that have gone before her that are watching over her, and that they're helping her, and they're going to be there to guide her and hold her hand. She will not be alone. And I will tell you from experience, when my mother was passing, I was with her the whole time. There was 3 days she didn't talk, and I thought one day she was really, really, like, she was better. We thought she was coming home, but there was 3 days she didn't talk. And then suddenly she was staring at the corner of the room, and she kept staring there. And then after those 3 days, she suddenly smiled real big, the most beautiful smile. And she goes, what other surprises do you have for me? And I said, what, Mom? She said, your father. I said, you see Dad? Said, yes. And I met many people who have lost loved ones, and they all see family members. They all see people. And it's just, spend all the time that you can with her and love her. But this light, she's never going to go. Her body may go, but she won't. But maybe not now. But just know that whatever happens, there are people that my guides want you to know that they have people that are watching over her. She has family that are watching over her. And when it is her time, they're going to help her. She won't be alone. She won't be afraid. She won't have, it's not going to be painful. So I hope that helps. That's what I'm getting. So, and I'm sorry. And I hope that she does feel better, but if not, she'll just leave that body and she'll just get a new one. That made me feel so good when Mom just smiled like that and said, what other surprises do you got for me? She was seeing stuff. She told my brother, who's that angel next to you? He goes, there's nobody next to me. She goes, yes, they are. They're right there. She saw it. And they said, never tell them that they don't see it, because they do. They got one foot in this world, one foot in the other. And sometimes they see things that you don't see.
So, I volunteered in a hospice years ago. It was the most incredible experience I ever had.
I give the hospice workers are angels to me, and I.
But when I volunteered, I would sit with the people and they'd start talking about who they were seeing.
I wonder if I could do that. I would love to do that. I'm going to check into that, because it
was draining. I was burnt out. You know, I was doing as a volunteer, so I was on weekends and when I could. And also it was all for back in the 90s, so it was all AIDS patients whose families had forgotten them or abandoned them, but then would show up 2 days before they died to collect everything. You know,
I always wanted to.
I had many spiritual experiences with.
I'd love that. I'd love doing that, or I'd love volunteering in a nursing home. I'm thinking about doing that, to where you just, because I seen when my mother had to, just for 3 days, she had to be there for rehabilitation, and I drug her out of there because I seen how they were treating people. But there's people that just have nobody to come visit them, nobody to come talk to them. And I like to talk, so I think that would be, and I
Really? I
like,
never noticed.
didn't you?
No. I'm deaf in one ear anyway, so just kidding.
My maiden
Uh,
name's Frisbee. My husband says, yeah, you Frisbees all like to talk. Okay, thanks, Deann and Arthur, for coming on. I never got to say goodbye to my mom during COVID. Oh, that's terrible.
but
Does
she
she
knew
have
it.
a message?
She knew it. She's around you. She loves you. She loved you. There might have been times when you both would fight like cats and dogs and not talk to each other, but it was just temporary. And again, she's trying to give you messages. So just you'll hear them when you're supposed to. And again, like Deann said, ask her to come in your dreams. She will. Hope that
Well,
helps.
I get that she loves you, and you don't need to be there for her to know that you loved her. She knew that.
Mhm.
And when she left her body, she was with you. You know, you're probably the first one she come to see. And so she wasn't alone. And like I said, if you thought she was alone, nobody is ever alone. Even those that don't have anybody, there'll always be an angel or an ancestor or somebody that is there with them. But I feel like it would make her happy to see you heal, because they don't want us crying. What did my husband's mother said, when I die, I don't want to carry up buckets of tears to heaven. She is happy and healthy, and she wants you to heal, and she wants you to be happy and healthy. Also, wants to tell you not to care about other people's opinions. She said she cared about that too much when she was here on this earth, and now she realized that didn't matter. And so you care about it's nothing, you care about people, but don't care about their opinions of you. You be yourself, you be you. She said sometimes she might have been uncomfortable showing emotion, but she felt it. Some of our older generations, they might not have been the kissiest, huggiest type people, but she always loved you, and she always felt it. And that's what I'm getting. And that she's around anytime you want her around. All you got to do is ask for her. So that's what I got. So let's see. My mom probably can't get nothing done up there in heaven, because I'm always like, Mom, how do I make chicken and noodles? How many eggs did you say to put in this? And Dad, every time I look at their pictures, and I go in there and I kiss their pictures. And so just talk to them and they'll talk back. Okay, when will my oldest son move out and get his own place? It's hard nowadays. Everything's so expensive. I have nieces and nephews that are still living with my brother, and they're in their 20s and mid 20s, and it's just hard for them. They're having a hard time with the pay and the prices of things. So
February.
I will ask, when will
I get February.
okay. Well, I'm going to ask, will Veronica's oldest son move out this month? No. Will it be in November? No. Stop. December? No. Will it be in February? Yep. I'm getting the same thing. So just give him some time. It's hard. It's hard on them. He needs to save some money. And you know what? When they get out on their own, they appreciate you more too, because they realize all what you did for them. I remember my dad, when you have to pay for the light bill, you'll understand. And you have to pay for the food. And I'm like, I ain't never going to say this. I ain't never going to. Yeah. They'll say everything you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Virgo, let's get my glasses on.
I
Oh,
have a
no
job
more, no
offer.
more questions, by the way.
I have a job offer to do quality assurance coordinator at West Hills Rehabilitation Center. Should I leave my direct patient care job of 17 years to take this job? And would it be successful at all? Will you be successful at it?
Do you want it? Is it something you would like to do? Let's see. Let's see. I'll ask. It won't tell you should you a lot of times. Sometimes they won't say you should do this. Do you
Is it,
want to do this?
or is this for my better good?
Is it for your good, better good? I can do that. Is it for Virgo and Sun's greatest good to take? What is it? The
Quality
assurance.
assurance
Is it
coordinator.
for greatest good to take the? Is it for her greatest good to take the quality assurance job? I'm getting no. You're having doubts about it too. And maybe I'm picking up on your doubts. I'll throw a card.
Well, I'm just going to tell you what I get because I always have my 2 cents or 3 cents in my pocket because they're pennies. I was getting, if it feels like a bait and switch, it is. In other words, they may explain the job one way, and it sounds really too good to be true. And when you take the job, it may turn into something that's not exactly what they explained. So if you still feel like, I would double check, do due diligence on it. I do feel though that you will be leaving where you're at, but I don't think it's to this job. But it's for a career opportunity. It shows up. It just hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, I get that, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it may be poor prospects. I feel like you might not get the money there that you want. But I also feel like there'll be something else come along. And you've been at this place for 17 years. You want to be sure, you don't want to stick with a job you hate. If you're not happy there, don't stick with it. Start looking. But I don't feel like this is the job. Will she find another job? I do feel like you'll find another job. How many will it be this year? Not this year. Next year. Let's see, January, February.
I get end of March into April.
Show me when.
In the sign of Aries.
I'm getting in between April and May. So we're close again. We're getting right around there between spring or early summer, somewhere like that. But something else is going to come up. This one, I feel that even inside you, your intuition is making you question it. So you pay attention to your intuition. If you're questioning it, there's probably a reason. So.
And when we don't follow our gut instincts, we get ourselves in trouble.
Yes. Every time I do, I think, oh, I had a funny feeling about that. And then I think I should have listened. So let's see. Okay, we did this one. Okay. Why does it keep showing up? It won't go away. Okay, here we go. Loopy wants to know if we could pull a card for them. I always think of that song.
Which
Hang
one?
on, Loopy. Isn't it? No,
no, it's Snoopy, I think.
No, it ain't Snoopy, is it?
Teasing. There's a lot of family stuff around you right now that you're worrying about. There's no need to. Family's going to be okay. Sometimes you have to be you think you have to be the glue to keep everyone together. You don't need to. It's like the expression, the mother feeds herself first before she feeds the kids. And right now you've been spent due to family matters. Focus on you for right now. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. Hope that makes sense. That's what I got.
Okay, I'm going to pull one of these too. I get that you have some fear that is keeping you from moving forward. And it could, I don't know what that fear is surrounding, but there's something that you're just not comfortable, you have fear of, but they want you to know that you have a lot of untapped potential and you're very connected to heavenly realms. So you really should not fear whatever it is that you're feeling fear about, whether it be the family or what. Telling you to just be yourself. And look what I got. Let your fears dissolve. So I got that twice. Be yourself, be kind, let your fears, if it's something with the family, they're saying be kind, but whatever it is, they're telling you to let your fears dissolve. So, and you have some unknown potential or hidden potential that you haven't discovered. And so I don't know what that is, but maybe the coming year is going to bring that out. I do that. Sometimes we are all guilty of it. Worry, fear, what could happen, what might happen. And it does no good. It keeps you up at night.
And that's when I tell my clients it's only an acorn, Chicken Little.
Yes.
We did this one.
It will not let me erase it. I did. Okay. See, I did it. I erased it. I hit the little star and it just pops up again. That question must have been really important. Okay. So I haven't had a read for a long time. Would love to hear from my guides. Okay. Let's see what I get. Almost.
I don't know if it's going to make any sense, but the first thing I got was you dodged a bullet earlier this year. I'm not sure if it was with a person or some situation, but something about the end of February and March, it was like you backed out of something or got rid of somebody in your life and you dodged a bullet. So don't regret. Pat yourself on the back.
Okay.
That's what I keep on getting. And you're fine. You're on a good path. Money's going to be there. Don't worry about it. And by the end of the year, you're going to be looking back at this whole 2023 singing Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, or I Did Survive. So it's all good.
So let's see. What do you think?
Hope that helps.
Okay. Let's see what I get here. I got that you are obsessing, like we were talking about a little bit. You're in your head a lot about something, and they're telling you not to do that. Try to think more positive. They want you to have unwavering faith. You're being asked to have faith in the unseen, even though you can't see what's going to happen. They're saying have faith. There may be some friendship or partnership or something that you had before that you may have had a disagreement with, that in 2024 you may reconcile with that person. However, they may come back and want to reconcile, and it's up to you whether you do it or not. You may say no, and that's okay too, but just to forgive that person anyway and let them go their way if you don't think that you can reconcile. They said you're a little bit of a procrastinator and need to work on that. And you're going to have some choices to make. And it may be about that person that comes into your life, of what you want to do. But you've been going through a little bit of a hard time, but they want you to know that you're in a transition period and you are going to heal and you are going to come out of that and you're going to be going into calmer waters and things are going to be getting better for you in 2024. And you will make a decision, but they're telling you just to have faith, and not get out of your head and quit worrying about it. Give it to your guides, give it to the angels, and let them take care of it. And then trust them. Ask for what you want and then trust that it's going to come to you. So that's what I got on yours. Let's see. Will my daughter meet her life partner soon?
Depends what you mean by the word soon.
Yeah, exactly.
I get a yes on this. Again, God's time, not our time, but by February, March.
When will she meet them? Okay, I'm getting yes, and I'm getting March. Will it be March of 2024? Yes, March of 2024. So she's going to meet somebody. So, and hopefully they're a good person.
Brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're almost got everybody done. Let's see. I'm sitting here squinting. It's like you have glasses on your head, Deann. Why don't you put them on my face? Okay. Love you both. Thank you. I love your name. It's so pretty. May I please hear from my mom and dad, Julianne and Kurt? It was only my parents and siblings in this country, never had cousins or grandparents, etc. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I know it. I know it doesn't matter if they're, they're there or not. You physically want them there. It's hard. I know. I get that feeling too, but
But
they
we're
still
your
love you.
family. We're your family. Don't forget that.
That's true because I think of that too, Adriana. I've been married to my husband and he's 13 years older than me. And God forbid, if anything, I think if something happened to him, I'd be alone. And I think about it and I think, no, I wouldn't. I won't be alone. I have Arthur. I have all of you guys. I have all the people I've met on here. I feel like God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, brought me here so that someday, you guys are going to be there for me. We're going to be there for you. I feel like we're one big online family. And so you're not alone. And maybe you were brought here for that very reason. I'll throw a couple cards just to see
what I get is you're a beacon of light for a lot of people around you. You don't even realize it. It's a good thing.
They want you to know they don't have any earthly worries anymore. So they don't want you worrying about them because they're not worried about anything. They're enjoying themselves. They never felt better. And they do come and visit you, but they want you to know it was their time to go. And they were met by so many people in the family. They were so excited to get there. I mean, yes, they miss you physically, but they can see you. They can pop in anytime you want them there. But they have all their family that went before them that they are with. So they're not alone, and you're going to see them again someday. Also, I don't know which one, but says that one of them is one of your guides. So they said, even though I may not be, you don't see me, I'm one of your guides. I'm helping you. So, and they also said they send you little loving gestures through nature. So just to be on the lookout, look out for birds, butterflies. When you're thinking of them, what do you see when you really, really need them? And ask them for signs, ask them for specific signs if you want. But that's what I get from them. And you're never, ever alone. We've got this big family here that I've found and you found, so anytime I'm lonely, I can just pop on here and I have a bunch of friends, Okay, so we got the last one we did already. So we got everybody's questions done. Whoopsie, hold on. Get the comments here back. I am going crazy here. Gwen says, oh, you live in South Florida, but not all the way. Okay. Oh, you were talking to somebody else. I thought you was talking to me. Am I in New England, Deann? Roxanne said, no, I'm in Illinois. I'm a Midwest girl. So, but it's so cool. I've gotten to meet people from Switzerland and Australia and Mexico and Canada. And I mean, in my little room, it is so neat. Oh, what was this? Somebody said, no middle name. We were just talking about shielding a little copper is good. Rewatch. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they were talking about shielding with copper.
Yeah. So 3 or 4 copper pennies do it.
I wanted to tell you guys, thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here with us. We really enjoyed it. Thank you, Arthur, for coming on. I love you.
And no fires.
And no fires because Gwen and I can still have candles now. Isn't that amazing? Now, aren't we friends when your subscribers would do something like that for you that never met me before, but cared enough that I don't catch myself on fire again? Or not again, I didn't. I burnt myself a little, but could have been worse. But to send me something like that, I thought that was so sweet. I had a lady send me some chocolates, that from Switzerland. I never tasted Swiss chocolate. And so, like I said, I meet so many friends. We're so lucky.
Yeah. And I just got, someone I use the Lenormand deck, and they sent me a new Lenormand deck.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It actually has more cards than the normal deck, so I can't wait to really start reading it.
And for the people who want to do a channel, that the gentleman who said he wanted to do a channel,
Mickey.
just know that there's people that will help you. And I had people help me, and that's what we do. We kind of pass it down. Somebody helps me, I help somebody. Then you'll get your channel going, and then you'll help somebody. And
it's like
so,
when I get my channel going, it's potluck. Everybody wants to come by. Come on by.
yep.
So I'm just
So
piggybacking on other people at the moment, but I have to learn StreamYard. So, and I have to get, and I have to get, start with my groups and all that kind of stuff like you do.
Oh, the members?
Memberships, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of winged that. I didn't know quite how to do that, but that's been fun too, because then you have little smaller groups, and then you can you get to know each other a little bit better. And oh yeah, I have membership, guys. I guess that reminds me to tell you, I have membership, and if you want to join, you can go to the computer, hit the join button, and it doesn't automatically make you join. Don't think if I hit that button, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. It just tells you the benefits. I give discounts on readings. I do a free weekly reading, no commercials on that. I do, different till January. I do 1 and 2 questions, that you can ask me. You'll go on there and you'll see. And it's just a smaller group, and we do little monthly get-togethers, and so it's fun. So if you want to join, just go on and join. For some reason, you can't join on the phone. I don't know why.
When you do it, that's when you're talking to people, that's the StreamYard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
but on Apple you can't join. On Android you can join, or on the computer you can join. But I have to figure. I'm going to ask Linda G. I think on hers, Kevin's Loving Vibration says hers he can look at and join through his Apple device. So I'm going to try to get a hold of her and see how did she do it, and maybe I'll figure it out. So you guys have a wonderful night. Please go to Arthur's channel and subscribe if you're not. He's wonderful. Listen to his meditation videos or audio.
And if you're coming from my page, please, Deann. Oh, by the way, I love your opening. That's new.
Isn't that cool?
Nice.
Cheryl Stash did that for me.
That Celtic music in the background, and you explain when I first met Deann, I'm like, what the heck is a shield maiden? Then I learned.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell people that. And Arthur, he gave me a whole thing on my description, because I new to this. I didn't know it's like description. What do I write? I didn't know what's right. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. What do I write? And so he's like, well, why don't you tell people why you chose Shield Maiden? And it's because my father's side is Scandinavian and from Vikings. And so I got to watching the Viking movies, and I said, I don't know if I should be ashamed or proud, because, they were proud. But the women are tough.
Chicks could divorce their husbands back then.
They could divorce their husbands. They were one of the first that could do that. They fought along with the men. They were brave. They were fearless. And they're what I am not quite yet, but I'm striving to be. And so I have my Viking Lagatha poster back there.
Don't say that. Emotionally and spiritually, you are a warrior.
Well, you know what? I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I have gotten through it all. And when I look back, I think, you know what? I'm stronger than I ever thought I was, because a lot of stuff I never would have thought I could make it through. And I did. So for everybody up there in the chat that's going through stuff, you're stronger than you think you are. So yeah, be a shield maiden or a Viking. So you guys,
use your mind or just lose your mind at this point. It's okay. We still love you.
I don't have much to lose. So the people that love me are going to love me for my airheaded blonde self. So
that's real blonde.
Just well, kidding. It is, but it's just, I was a toe blonde when I was young. I was white blonde. And then as I got older, it turned dishwater blonde, and I hated it because it always looked dirty. I think that's why they call it dirty blonde. And then I color it a little bit now.
My twin sister and I, when we were little kids, we had blonde hair. And there's pictures of us with white blonde hair. Years later, I found out, when you look at the pictures, I said to my sister, if you look closely, we have roots. My grandma was a hairdresser. My mother wanted blonde kids. That's all I'm going to say. They dyed our hair. They got the blue eyes. The blonde, we had roots.
After this,
and this is just for men number 35.
I do my husband's hair too. He has white hair, but he don't like it. And so I said, if you don't want white hair, I'll do your hair. So I've done his hair back in the days when perms were popular for guys. I did that on him too.
Like I said, my grandma was a hairdresser. I've been through all that.
I was a hairdresser too. You wouldn't know it though some days. That was years ago. My daughter was a baby back then. I wanted something that was a fast job, but then I didn't realize that, you know, I was a single mom, no insurance. You never know what you're going to make from day to day. So then I ended up becoming an optician, and then I ended up becoming an ophthalmic technician. So I worked with the eyes because we all had bad eyes. So I had a heart to help people with the eyes. So, well, I better go, you guys, because you know me, I'll keep talking and talking.
We can just chat forever.
So, and I like chatting with all you guys too. So come
Thank
back and
you.
we'll make plans for my birthday and come back for my birthday anniversary show. And yeah, you definitely, I'm inviting you. I'll put my closing on and then hang out and we'll pick a day.
All right, darling.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Hope we
Thank
help.
you. Bye-bye.